Today has been an historic day after an historic election. Joe Biden is the president-elect and Kamala Harris is the vice president-elect. So what does this mean for LGBTQ plus rights? Well, let's hear Joe Biden in his own words. Joe Biden had this to say at a town hall.
I'm the proud mom of two girls, 8 and 10. My youngest daughter is transgender. The Trump administration has attacked the rights of transgender people, banning them from military service, weakening non-discrimination protections, and even removing the word transgender from some government websites. How will you, as president, reverse this dangerous and discriminatory agenda and ensure that the lives and rights of LGBTQ people are protected under U.S. law?
I will flat out just change the law, eliminate those executive orders, number one. The idea that an 8-year-old child or a 10-year-old child decides, I decided I want to be transgender. That's what I think I'd like to be. It'll make my life a lot easier. There should be zero discrimination. And what's happening is too many transgender women of color are being murdered. They're being murdered. I mean, I think it's up to now 17. Don't hold me to that number, but it's higher now.
Yeah.
And that's just this year. And so I promise you, there is no reason to suggest that there should be any right denied your daughter or daughters, whichever, one or two, your daughter, that your other daughter has a right to be and do. None, zero. And by the way, my son Beau passed away, was the Attorney General of the state of Delaware. He was the guy who got the first transgender law passed in the state of Delaware.
Biden said this at an HRC dinner in 2019.
There are still so many young people here in Ohio and all across America struggling to picture a future, kicked out of their homes, subject to vile practice of conversion therapy. That's why the Biden Foundation created an initiative called As You Are, promoting understanding and acceptance for the safety of LGBTQ youth. This is literally a matter of life and death for so many young people. A 2017 study found that 47% of LGBTQ youth had considered suicide and 23% attempted it.
On May 6, 2012, he said this during Meet the Press.
I'm curious, the president has said that his views on gay marriage, on same-sex marriage, have evolved, but he's opposed to it. You're opposed to it. Have your views evolved?
Look, I just think that the good news is that as more and more Americans come to understand what this is all about is a simple proposition. Who do you love? Who do you love? And will you be loyal to the person you love? And that's what people are finding out is what all marriages at their root are about. Whether they're marriages of lesbians or gay men or heterosexuals.
Is that what you believe now?
That's what I believe. I am absolutely comfortable with the fact that men marrying men, women marrying women, and heterosexual men and women marrying men all are entitled to the same exact rights, all the civil rights, all the civil liberties. And quite frankly, I don't see much of a distinction beyond that.
And being that Biden served as vice president under the Obama administration and the achievements reached for the LGBTQ plus community, we know that those will continue. In February 2011, Obama announced that the Department of Justice would no longer defend the Defense of Marriage Act, which defined marriage between a man and a woman. Same-sex marriage was legalized by the Supreme Court under Obama's administration. And this image is so gorgeous. So the day of the Supreme Court ruling, the White House was lit up in rainbow colors.
What if we lit the White House in rainbow colors? And importantly, what if we made a commitment to do it regardless of how the Supreme Court ruled? Regardless of whether they ruled it as constitutional or unconstitutional, our government will send a message to the community and to the world that we value LGBT people and that we are on the right side of history. And Valerie took a second and she looked at me and she said, I think that's a phenomenal idea.
I couldn't have thought of any other way to better demonstrate change than through changing the color of what is an iconically recognized building the world over. As the sun went down, it became this brilliant popping color of the rainbow.
Obama also signed protections for LGBT individuals in the military, in schools, and in healthcare. Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed under Obama. In 2014, there was an initiative to identify places associated with the queer community for inclusion in the National Park Service. And because of this, the Stonewall Monument was added to the National Park Service. Also, these moments happened at the White House.
I was in the military and I was in a segregated outfit. And we had gays in the military. In fact, I'll tell this story to the day I die. My platoon corporal was a flaming sissy in those days. And when he told us to fall out for reveille, he would say, okay, girls, make mother look good this day. So, and what we did was we made mother look good. But we didn't think about it as anything derogatory or that's who he was. He was, well, we called him in those days sissies. So, sissy. But we didn't care as long as he was shooting in the same direction that we were. That's all that mattered.
On the other hand, this happened under Trump's administration.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
Trump wrote this on Twitter.
We begin with President Trump's sudden and sweeping ban, using Twitter to reveal it. Tweeting he will ban transgender people from serving in the military in any capacity.
Another ruling could override anti-discrimination protection for LGBT people by allowing religious employers to hire only persons whose beliefs and conducts are consistent with those of the company.
The Department of Justice sent a memo to the Supreme Court. Title VII, which is a civil rights law protecting against discrimination on the basis of sex, does not extend to transgender workers.
New Trump administration rule would roll back sex discrimination protection for transgender people in health services.
The New York Times reporting the Trump administration wants to legally define transgender out of existence by officially recognizing only a person's gender at birth. This is just the latest attack on several Obama policies that expanded protections against sex discrimination to cover gender identity in areas like housing, education, and the military.
Also, U.S. embassies in other countries were not allowed to fly pride flags during Pride Month. I don't know about you, but I am ready to vogue down at the White House during Pride in 2021. In the comment section, let me know which administration did the most for the LGBT community and what was your favorite LGBT moment from the Obama administration or the Trump administration. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a lovely day. Besos.